Most hospitals will never tell you this, but I will, because you deserve to know the truth. For men over the age of 60, many serious health problems often begin in the lower body. This is not a joke or an exaggeration. It is a medical fact. When blood flow to that region slows down, it is not only about sexual function, it is about survival. It is the body's way of warning that the arteries are hardening and narrowing, making it difficult for oxygen to reach the brain, the heart, and other vital organs. And for many men, it all begins in a place that is often ignored until it is too late. The remarkable truth is that poor circulation can be improved without medication, and it starts with one powerful food that you can find in nearly every grocery store. Yet, it is often misunderstood or misused. When consumed in the right way, this food can send fresh blood through your arteries, restore energy within days, and revive a vitality that many thought was lost forever. Stay with us until the end, because the information we share in this episode of Men's Health Advice may surprise you and could change the way you think about aging. The real danger is not only what happens inside your arteries, but the fact that most men over 60 ignore the earliest warning signs. That is why we must begin with these hidden signals from the body and understand why what happens below the waist may be the first reliable clue that something much more serious is developing. The real cause of circulation problems is not aging itself, but the warning signs being overlooked. Let me speak to you man to man. In my more than 30 years of work, I have seen countless men come into my clinic believing their bodies were simply getting old. They thought erectile difficulties, cold hands, weak legs, and loss of energy were nothing more than the price of aging. They blamed time, but they were wrong. The American Heart Association refers to this common vascular problem as endothelial dysfunction. Large health organizations, such as the American Heart Association, emphasize that the health of the endothelium, the thin lining inside your blood vessels, is one of the strongest predictors of heart problems. When this lining does not function well, it cannot produce enough nitric oxide. This leads to exactly the symptoms we just discussed. In fact, doctors often call it the canary in the coal mine of heart disease. What most men fail to realize is that their bodies are not just aging, they are sending warnings. Poor circulation does not happen overnight. It starts with quiet, gradual changes. You may wake up feeling drained, notice your hands and feet are cold more often, or find yourself short of breath when climbing stairs. You may feel the need to rest more, yet never feel fully rested. These are not random signs. They are the body whispering that arteries are narrowing and stiffening, limiting their ability to function properly. Medical research shows that this decline in circulation usually begins in the smallest blood vessels, also called the microvasculature. To take the science one step deeper, there is a fragile protective layer inside your arteries called the glycocalyx. Think of it as a slippery shield that protects your arteries from damage. When this layer is worn down by inflammation, high blood sugar, or oxidative stress, it exposes the endothelium to harm. That is when nitric oxide production drops and circulation begins to decline. This is where the problem starts on the microscopic level, long before major heart problems are diagnosed. The truth is that circulation problems do not begin in the heart. They begin in the smallest vessels. And for many men, the first place they notice it is in their masculinity. As uncomfortable as it may be to admit, it is one of the most reliable early warning signs we have. When blood flow to the pelvic area slows down, it usually means something is wrong with the entire cardiovascular system. Sadly, most men ignore this signal until it is too late, until something physical or emotional breaks down. But here is the good news. The body has an incredible ability to heal itself. All it needs are the right signals. And it begins with one powerful molecule that almost no one talks about, but every man over 60 desperately needs more of. This is not a supplement and not a drug, it is already inside your body. The problem is that after 60, its natural production declines, and that is when the real trouble begins. Nitric oxide, a molecule that can turn back the clock. The discovery of nitric oxide as a signaling molecule in the cardiovascular system was so groundbreaking that it earned the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1998. The award went to researchers Robert F. Furchgott, Louis J. Ignarro, and Farid Murad. Their work became the foundation of our modern understanding of vascular health. Nitric oxide is the body's natural vasodilator. In simple terms, it tells your blood vessels to relax and expand. When blood vessels open, circulation flows freely, delivering oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and life itself to every corner of the body. This is what allows your heart to pump efficiently, your brain to think clearly, and your masculinity to remain strong. At the core of this process is a vital pathway often overlooked: the transformation of dietary nitrate into nitrite and then into nitric oxide. Step 1. The oral microbiome. The conversion begins on your tongue. Specific anaerobic bacteria, primarily species such as Veillonella and Actinomyces, live in the deep crevices of the tongue. These microbes produce an enzyme called nitrate reductase. When you chew foods like beets or drink beet juice, these bacteria convert dietary nitrate, NO3, into nitrite, NO2. This is why oral health is not just cosmetic, it is essential for this pathway to function properly. Step 2. Stomach acid conversion. When you swallow saliva that is rich in nitrite, it enters the highly acidic environment of the stomach. This low pH acts like a chemical catalyst, instantly converting a portion of the nitrite, NO2, into pure nitric oxide, NO, which can then be absorbed directly into the bloodstream. Step 3. Systemic conversion. The remaining nitrite is absorbed in the small intestine, circulates through the blood, and serves as a reserve. In areas of the body that are low in oxygen, such as muscles during exercise, enzymes convert this circulating nitrite back into nitric oxide exactly where it is most needed. Here is the problem. By the age of 60, nitric oxide levels in the body drop by more than 75%. This is one of the main reasons men feel slower, colder, and more fatigued with age. It is not simply aging, it is a silent deficiency. Imagine nitric oxide as the spark plug of an engine. Without it, nothing runs smoothly. Blood flow slows, energy declines, and performance weakens. And no amount of coffee, supplements, or encouragement can replace what is missing when this molecule is gone. The good news is that you can rebuild nitric oxide naturally, safely, and quickly. And it does not start in the pharmacy, it begins in your kitchen. In fact, there is one simple food I recommend to nearly every patient struggling with circulation problems. It is ordinary, affordable, and highly effective. When prepared correctly, it can boost your nitric oxide levels in just a few hours. The best food for circulation after age 60, beet powder and black pepper. Over the years, I have prescribed everything from medications to advanced therapies. Yet nothing has surprised me or my patients quite like this simple natural food. When men hear the word beet, they often remember the mushy side dish from childhood. But what most do not realize is that inside this modest root lies one of nature's most powerful circulation boosters. When prepared the right way, it can restore blood flow, oxygen, and vitality within just a few days. Beets are packed with natural nitrates, compounds that the body converts into nitric oxide. While leafy green vegetables also contain nitrates, beets stand out as the most researched and effective food for this purpose. A single 100-gram serving can contain more than 250 milligrams of nitrate. However, here is where many people go wrong. Cooking beets destroys a significant amount of their nitrate content. That is why I recommend beet powder instead. It is concentrated, shelf-stable, easily absorbed, and often works faster than fresh beets. There is also a small trick that makes it even more effective: adding a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper contains a natural compound called piperine, which is known to increase the absorption of certain nutrients by slowing their breakdown in the liver. While the direct effect of piperine on nitrate absorption is not yet proven in major clinical studies, it is well documented for compounds such as curcumin. When combined with beet powder, black pepper helps your body make better use of what you consume, giving your circulation the best possible boost. All it takes is 1 tablespoon of beet powder, a pinch of black pepper, and 8 ounces of water. Stir well and drink it about 30 minutes before your main meal of the day. Most men notice improvements in energy, mental clarity, and even self-confidence within just a few days. But here is something even more powerful. Research published in journals such as the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that vitamin C acts as a strong cofactor. It helps regenerate other antioxidants, protects nitric oxide from being broken down by free radicals, and assists in converting nitrite into nitric oxide in the stomach. Adding a squeeze of lemon or lime juice, both rich sources of vitamin C, into your beet drink is one of the most effective ways to maximize your nitric oxide boost. One of my patients once called this his daily spark. Within just a week, he was walking longer, sleeping deeper, and waking up feeling like himself again. That is the power of giving your body what it has quietly been asking for. But remember, to experience the full benefit, you must also stop the habits that silently damage circulation every day, habits that many men over 60 practice without even realizing it. A 7-day plan to reset circulation. Sometimes what men need most is not another theory or lecture, but a clear plan they can actually follow, step by step, each day. This is what I began creating after years of watching patients struggle to turn advice into real results. Information is everywhere, but true change only happens when you know exactly what to do and when to do it. If you are over 60 and truly want to regain energy, strength, and better blood flow, here is the 7-day routine I give to my patients. This approach has helped countless men feel like themselves again. Each morning, begin by hydrating. Drink at least 470 milliliters of water at room temperature with a small pinch of sea salt. This wakes up your circulation and prepares your cells to receive oxygen. Next, take a hot and cold shower. It only takes 3 minutes, but it sets the rhythm for your entire day. Follow this with deep breathing. Inhale for 6 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Within minutes, you may notice a sense of calm, clarity, and steadiness. Before your main meal, drink a glass of beet water, 1 teaspoon of beet powder, a pinch of black pepper, and 8 ounces of water. Sip slowly because this matters. In the afternoon, go for a 5-minute walk. This is not about exercise, it is about circulation. Let your calf muscles act as pumps, pushing blood back up where it needs to go. Evening is the time for rest. Drink a small glass of water, avoid heavy late meals, and practice deep breathing before bed. When lying down, elevate your head with a pillow, and keep your bedroom cool and dark. This plan is not complicated. It is gentle, intentional, and effective. Within 7 days, most men notice a surge of vitality unlike anything they have felt in years. But for lasting change, your body must be nourished in more ways than through one simple routine. This is where the deeper lifestyle choices begin to matter. Supportive habits that can enhance circulation recovery tenfold. Decades of working with older men have taught me something important. Improvement does not come only from adding something new to life, but from how you support it. You can eat the right foods, take vitamins, even use prescribed medication, but if your daily habits work against you, progress will always feel like one step forward and 2 steps back. That is why when my patients begin using beet powder, I also introduce them to 4 simple daily habits. These habits are not harsh or time-consuming, yet together they breathe new life into the entire circulatory system. The first is alternating hot and cold showers for 3 minutes. Start with warm water, switch to cool, then return to warm. It may sound uncomfortable at first, but this exercise for your blood vessels is like a workout at the gym. The method, known as contrast hydrotherapy, not only trains the vessels to expand and contract, but also improves vascular responsiveness. A study published in PLOS ONE found that it can reduce inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein and improve immune function, both of which indirectly support endothelial health. It helps the vessels relax and contract, boosting circulation and carrying fresh oxygen throughout the body. Some men describe it as the best part of their morning, leaving them energized, calmer, and strangely more powerful. The second habit is a 5-minute walk. This is not about speed or endurance, but slow, deliberate walking with attention to heel movement and calf contraction. The calf muscles act like a second heart, pumping blood back up toward the pelvis, where many men need circulation most. Next is breathing. Deep belly breathing 3 times a day provides more oxygen to the body and lowers stress hormones that can restrict blood flow. One effective technique is the 4-7-8 breathing method. Originating from the ancient Indian practice of pranayama, it was adapted for modern life by Dr. Andrew Weil, a Harvard-trained physician. The method follows a rhythmic cycle. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. This pattern stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, shifting the body from fight or flight mode into rest and digest. The result is a state of deep relaxation that allows blood vessels to open and function more effectively. To explain further, by activating the parasympathetic system, this breathing lowers stress hormones like cortisol, which are known to constrict vessels and reduce nitric oxide production. You are creating the perfect internal environment for circulation to improve. Many men do not realize how shallow their breathing becomes with age. Just a few minutes of focused breathing can make a dramatic difference in how the body responds to everything else. To boost nitric oxide production even more, always breathe through your nose. The nasal sinuses are a major site for natural nitric oxide production. Breathing through the nose delivers this nitric oxide directly to the lungs, where it enhances oxygen absorption and overall circulation. This important connection was highlighted in research from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden. Finally, the way you sleep matters greatly. Your sleep position, room temperature, and even the angle of your bed influence blood flow during the night, when your body heals and restores itself most effectively. But remember, all of these habits work best when they are practiced consistently as part of a structured plan. The bonus: rotating weekly superfoods. Over the years, I have noticed something remarkable. Men who stick to the basic principles feel better quickly. But those who go further, those who begin fueling their bodies the right way, are the ones who experience real transformation. That is why I always recommend rotating a few essential superfoods each week. These foods not only support circulation, but also strengthen the body from the inside out. Let us begin with raw garlic. It may not be fancy and its smell can be strong, but it is one of nature's most powerful vasodilators. The key is to crush a fresh clove, let it sit for 10 minutes to activate the compound allicin, then swallow it like a pill. One of my patients once called it classic Viagra, And honestly, he was not far from the truth. Next is pure pomegranate juice without added sugar. Drinking a small glass in the morning on an empty stomach delivers polyphenols that protect the arteries and improve elasticity. Within a week, many men report clearer thinking and stronger physical performance. Do not overlook watermelon rind. The white part, which many people throw away, is rich in citrulline. The body converts citrulline into arginine, which is a direct precursor to nitric oxide. Adding it to a smoothie is a simple way to strengthen circulation. Of course, leafy greens like raw spinach and arugula are also excellent sources of natural nitrates, helping sustain nitric oxide levels throughout the day. Add a handful to lunch or into a smoothie daily, and notice the difference over time. These foods are not magic on their own, but your body is. When you provide what it has been missing, the body knows how to heal itself. Dark chocolate with high cocoa content, 70% or more, should also be on your list. Flavonols in dark chocolate have been shown in multiple studies, including systematic reviews in the Cochrane Library, to directly stimulate the enzyme eNOS, which is the body's nitric oxide production factory. This makes dark chocolate an ideal complement to the nitrate pathway from beets. Finally, omega-3 fatty acids are critical. Foods rich in omega-3, such as salmon, mackerel, and walnuts, play a vital role. They do not contain nitrates, but they reduce inflammation that damages the glycocalyx and interferes with nitric oxide production. According to Harvard Health, omega-3s help keep the endothelium flexible and responsive, ensuring that nitric oxide signals are effective. Common mistakes that ruin results. This section is especially valuable. The points about mouthwash and acid-reducing medication are rarely discussed but deeply important. First, oral health beyond mouthwash. The problem is not only with antibacterial mouthwash. Overuse of fluoride-based toothpaste and a diet high in processed sugar can disrupt the oral microbiome, harming the beneficial bacteria that convert nitrate. A proactive step is to use a tongue scraper daily. This removes dead cells and harmful bacteria, allowing the helpful nitrate-converting microbes to thrive. Next, proton pump inhibitors, PPI. Here is why they matter. The stomach's acidic environment is crucial for converting nitrite into nitric oxide. PPIs, such as omeprazole or lansoprazole, are designed to reduce stomach acid to treat reflux, but long-term use interferes with this nitric oxide pathway. A landmark study in the journal Circulation linked extended PPI use to a higher risk of cardiovascular events, with reduced nitric oxide production identified as one possible mechanism. Finally, dehydration. Nitric oxide functions in a fluid environment. Chronic low-level dehydration thickens the blood, raises vascular resistance, and forces the heart to work harder, reducing nitric oxide's effectiveness. That is why the recommendation to drink 16 ounces of water in the morning is not only about hydration. It also ensures optimal plasma volume for healthy circulation from the very start of the day. Although beets are nutrient-rich and beneficial for many people, they are not suitable for everyone. Because of their strong natural compounds, they may worsen certain conditions in specific groups. People with a history or high risk of kidney stones. Beets are high in oxalates, which can combine with calcium in the urinary tract to form calcium oxalate stones, the most common type of kidney stone. Advice: limit or avoid beets and beet juice if you are in this group. People with low blood pressure. Beets naturally lower blood pressure because of their high nitrate content, which converts to nitric oxide and relaxes blood vessels. Advice: those with already low blood pressure should avoid concentrated beet juice or large servings. People with sensitive digestion or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Beets contain fructans, a type of short-chain carbohydrate that falls into the FODMAP category, which can trigger digestive discomfort. Advice: start with very small amounts and monitor how your body responds, or consult a dietitian. Special note for people with diabetes. This is a balanced issue. Beets contain natural sugars, which can raise concerns about blood sugar spikes, but they are also rich in fiber and antioxidants, such as alpha-lipoic acid, which may improve insulin sensitivity and support blood sugar control. Advice: diabetics can include beets in moderation, but should focus on eating them whole boiled, steamed, or roasted, rather than in juice form, which removes fiber and concentrates sugars. Always monitor blood sugar after eating to adjust portions safely. In summary, beets are a powerful food, but if you belong to one of these groups, it is important to be cautious and consult a healthcare professional before making them a regular part of your diet. If you have stayed with us until now, I would love to hear your thoughts. Please rate this video from 1 to 10 in the comments and share your impressions. Your feedback is essential in helping us continue to provide useful knowledge and practical resources. Do not forget to subscribe to Men's Health Advice so you never miss our upcoming updates. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.